If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns shocked the football world today with a move nobody saw coming. In a stunning and unexpected decision, the team announced the release of Joe Flacco, a veteran quarterback who has been part of the franchise for years. Fans are still trying to process the news, and the locker room is reportedly in a state of disbelief. Sources close to the team say that management has been evaluating roster moves for months, but even insiders admit that cutting Flacco at this point is radical. Rumors suggest that this move is not purely about on-field performance. There are whispers of internal disagreements, strategic shifts, and even financial maneuvers designed to open up cap space for younger talent. The timing of the announcement, just as the preseason is ramping up, adds another layer of drama, leaving analysts scrambling to understand the logic behind the decision. The reaction on social media has been explosive, with hashtags trending nationwide, as fans debate whether this is a bold masterstroke or a reckless gamble by the Browns front office, and the conversations around town are buzzing with speculation about the next steps for both the team and the quarterback himself. While Flacco's stats have been inconsistent in recent seasons, his leadership and experience were considered invaluable assets to a team with playoff aspirations. The Browns' decision to release him signals a shift in philosophy, perhaps moving toward a more aggressive rebuilding or embracing a younger quarterback who can grow with the team. Coaches and teammates are reportedly handling the news with professionalism, but sources suggest that morale in the locker room is mixed, as Flacco has been a respected figure in the team's culture. The market for veteran quarterbacks is unpredictable, and now Flacco enters free agency at a time when teams are still evaluating their depth charts. Analysts are debating whether he will land with a contender looking for a short-term solution or if he will become part of a longer-term rebuilding project elsewhere. Fans are reacting emotionally, with some expressing heartbreak over losing a familiar face and others praising the Browns for making a bold move. The ripple effects of this decision are expected to influence trade discussions, draft strategies, and even coaching decisions in the coming weeks, making this one of the most talked-about stories of the NFL offseason so far. The Browns front office has remained tight-lipped about the exact reasons behind the release, fueling further speculation. Industry insiders suggest that financial considerations, such as freeing up cap space to pursue marquee free agents, could be a driving factor. Yet, whispers also hint at personality clashes and disagreements over team direction, pointing to a more complex narrative than a simple performance-based cut. The media landscape has erupted with analysis, predictions, and hot takes, as sports commentators attempt to piece together the logic behind a decision that feels abrupt to fans and insiders alike. There are even rumors circulating that other quarterbacks on the roster were consulted or at least aware of potential changes, although nothing has been officially confirmed. As the story unfolds, it is clear that the Browns' decision will dominate NFL conversations for weeks, with every practice, press conference, and roster move now scrutinized for hidden motives or strategic implications. The intrigue surrounding Flacco's next destination only adds fuel to the fire, with speculation ranging from established playoff contenders to ambitious underdogs willing to take a chance on a seasoned leader. Speculation about Flacco's future has intensified, with betting markets and fan forums buzzing with potential landing spots. Teams in need of an experienced quarterback are reportedly evaluating their options, and insiders suggest that negotiations could begin immediately, though nothing is set in stone. Analysts are pointing to a few franchises known for taking veteran signal callers under their wing, but the unique circumstances of this release add a layer of uncertainty. Meanwhile, the Browns' locker room dynamics are under the microscope, as commentators wonder how younger players will respond to a sudden leadership vacuum. Flacco's reputation as a mentor could influence where he lands, as teams may see value not only in his on-field abilities, but also in his ability to guide emerging talent. Fans are polarizing, some viewing this as an inevitable move toward modernization and youth, others seeing it as a betrayal of loyalty and stability. Social media continues to explode with reactions, memes, and heated debates, reflecting the intensity of passion surrounding this unexpected development. The story has already transcended sport, becoming a cultural talking point for those invested in NFL drama. Reports indicate that the Browns may have been preparing for this move longer than anyone suspected, with internal discussions about future quarterback plans dating back several months. Sources close to the organization claim that multiple scenarios were evaluated, and the decision to release Flacco represents a calculated risk rather than an impulsive act. Yet the shock factor cannot be overstated. Fans, analysts, and even some team members were blindsided by the announcement. Rumors are also circulating that the team is targeting a specific quarterback in upcoming drafts or free agency, making the release part of a broader strategic vision. The implications for the coaching staff are significant as well, as play calling and offensive schemes may need immediate adjustments to accommodate a new leader under center. The intrigue surrounding the Browns' next moves is only deepening, with speculation ranging from blockbuster trades to internal promotions. The NFL landscape is now watching closely, anticipating how this ripple will affect not only Cleveland but the league as a whole, as veteran experience is weighed against future potential in a high-stakes environment where timing and perception are everything. As news spreads, fans and analysts are revisiting Flacco's career highlights, evaluating whether his tenure with the Browns was undervalued or simply past its prime. The emotional response is palpable, with debates over loyalty, performance, and organizational vision dominating sports talk shows and online forums. While some argue that Flacco's presence could have been pivotal in close games, others believe the move clears the path for a more dynamic, long-term solution at quarterback. Industry insiders caution against reading too much into immediate reactions, emphasizing that NFL roster decisions often involve layers of strategy invisible to the public. Meanwhile, the Browns' remaining players are reportedly adjusting to the news, preparing for a season where leadership roles may shift and new faces may emerge. The intrigue surrounding Flacco's next team is immense, as rival franchises weigh the potential benefits of acquiring a veteran presence versus investing in younger talent. As the narrative continues to develop, one thing is clear. The Browns' shocking release has ignited a firestorm of speculation, debate, and anticipation, ensuring that both the quarterback's next move and Cleveland's strategy will dominate headlines for the foreseeable future. Speculation surrounding Joe Flacco's next destination has reached fever pitch, as multiple teams are rumored to be weighing their options. While no official talks have been confirmed, insiders suggest that franchises with playoff ambitions are quietly assessing whether adding a veteran quarterback could provide the stability and leadership they lack. The timing of Flacco's release has created a unique window in the market, with teams scrambling to adjust their off-season plans and roster priorities. Some sources hint that negotiations could involve not only financial considerations, but also potential draft picks or player exchanges, turning this into a strategic chess game rather than a straightforward signing. Fans are dissecting every tweet, every insider leak, and every snippet of information from sports networks, creating a whirlwind of theories and predictions about where Flacco might land. The conversation has extended beyond football analysts, with mainstream media outlets and social platforms amplifying the drama, reflecting the cultural resonance of a move that caught the sports world completely off guard. Rumors range from Flacco joining a contender for a short-term push toward the playoffs to him becoming the cornerstone of a rebuilding team, with each scenario fueling a new wave of speculation and debate. Meanwhile, the Browns' locker room is reportedly adapting to the unexpected void left by Flacco's departure, with younger quarterbacks and emerging leaders stepping into positions of greater responsibility. Sources suggest that the coaching staff has been forced to rethink their game plans, potentially incorporating more versatile offensive strategies to compensate for the absence of a seasoned signal caller. Analysts are highlighting the potential risks and rewards of this abrupt transition, pointing out that while it opens opportunities for fresh talent, it also creates uncertainty in high-pressure situations. Fans are divided between excitement over seeing a new era begin and anxiety over whether the team can maintain cohesion and competitiveness without the familiar presence of Flacco. Social media buzz is relentless, as supporters and critics alike speculate on the front office's long-term vision and the possible ripple effects on team culture, draft strategies, and free agent acquisitions. The release has become more than a personnel decision. It is a narrative that is reshaping how the Browns are perceived in the league and altering the broader discourse about leadership, experience, and strategic foresight in professional football. Insiders indicate that Flacco's reputation as a mentor and leader could make him highly sought after, with teams viewing his experience as an asset both on and off the field. Conversations suggest that even organizations with established quarterbacks are evaluating the potential of adding Flacco to guide younger players and enhance locker room dynamics. Meanwhile, the Browns' decision has opened a broader discussion about the balance between loyalty, performance, and long-term planning in professional sports. Fans are dissecting past games, analyzing Flacco's stats, and debating whether the team's management acted with foresight or impulsiveness. Rumors have even surfaced about potential coaching dynamics influencing the release, with whispers of philosophical disagreements regarding offensive schemes and team direction. Every media outlet, from sports podcasts to national networks, has amplified the narrative, creating a sense of urgency and drama rarely seen outside of blockbuster trades. Flacco's next move is being treated as a barometer for how teams value veteran leadership versus developmental potential, making this story one of the most compelling and widely discussed in the NFL offseason, ensuring that Cleveland's shockwave will reverberate across the league. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. The chatter around potential suitors for Flacco is relentless, with speculation ranging from high-profile contenders to teams undergoing significant reconstruction. Some insiders hint at surprise destinations where his veteran experience could drastically influence team performance, while others suggest smaller markets could leverage his leadership to accelerate their rebuilding processes. Analysts are breaking down every conceivable scenario, from contract structures to coaching compatibility, creating a virtual frenzy as fans try to predict the outcome. The Browns, meanwhile, are quietly preparing for their next chapter, evaluating how best to integrate younger quarterbacks and new offensive strategies in a post-Flacco era. Sources suggest that management is carefully balancing the potential gains of aggressive roster moves against the risks of alienating players or destabilizing team chemistry. Social media discussions have exploded with theories, debates, and fan reactions, some expressing shock, others excitement, reflecting the highly polarized and passionate response to this unexpected development. The combination of strategic maneuvering, human drama, and market dynamics ensures that Flacco's release and future will dominate headlines, sports talk, and fantasy football discussions for months, highlighting the far-reaching impact of a single, shocking roster decision. Some reports indicate that the Browns' front office may have already identified long-term plans that justify Flacco's release, including aggressive moves in upcoming drafts or free agent signings. Sources hint that the team is positioning itself to capitalize on cap space and roster flexibility, signaling a shift toward building a younger, more dynamic squad. Yet, even with these strategic intentions, the immediate reactions have been dramatic, reflecting both the emotional attachment fans have to veteran players and the uncertainty inherent in sudden leadership changes. Analysts are debating the immediate tactical consequences, considering how offensive schemes, quarterback rotations, and team morale may be influenced by this bold move. Fans continue to dissect every aspect of Flacco's career with the Browns, debating whether his departure marks the end of an era or the beginning of a calculated evolution. Across social media, message boards, and sports networks, the conversation is nonstop, highlighting how a single personnel decision can create a domino effect across narratives, public perception, and even the internal dynamics of a franchise. The intrigue surrounding both Flacco's future and the Browns' next steps ensures that this story is far from over, with every rumor and report intensifying the suspense and speculation. Finally, the drama surrounding Joe Flacco and the Browns is serving as a case study in unpredictability, strategic risk, and fan engagement. Teams across the league are watching closely, evaluating how this decision may influence broader trends in roster management and quarterback valuation. The release has sparked passionate debates about loyalty versus performance, experience versus potential, and short-term gains versus long-term strategy, illustrating the complex calculus teams navigate behind the scenes. Fans remain deeply invested, dissecting every report and leak, while media outlets continue to amplify speculation, creating an ecosystem of rumors and theories that keeps the story alive and evolving. For Flacco, the next chapter is uncertain but brimming with possibility, as teams weigh his veteran presence against their own ambitions and needs. Meanwhile, the Browns are navigating the fallout of a move that has captivated the NFL world, forcing analysts and supporters alike to reconsider assumptions about team strategy, leadership dynamics, and the role of experience in a high-stakes, fast-paced sport. The reverberations of this shockwave are far-reaching, and the story is far from over, promising weeks, if not months, of heated discussions, evolving speculation, and constant attention from the football universe. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!